Good evening students, welcome back. I am making this video for standard 10. Subject is economics, chapter 2. Name of the chapter is sectors of Indian economy, and this is the 7th part of the video. Now without wasting time, let's start. Now in the previous class we had discussed about the sectoral categorization of labors. Now how and in which sector the most of the people are employed. So all these things we have discussed in the 6th part. Over there we have also discussed that which sector is more attractive, and there we had seen that the tertiary sector is more attractive. It is attracting more and more people towards it. It is becoming one of the biggest sector. It is becoming one of the biggest sector because of several reasons that we had already discussed in that previous video. Now in today's video we will discuss about unemployment. Now even though there are various sectors and every sector has different type of opportunities, but still it is seen in a highly populated country like India, the unemployment problem is still experienced by the government. Now mostly there are 4 types of unemployment that we already know. Okay, so this unemployment problem where people are not able to find the job that the person has the ability or the capability to do at an agreed wage rate, but still the person is not finding job. So all this situation is known as unemployment. Now the government's main aim should be to promote employment programs. Now people are employed on different sectors, that is a different issue. Some are willing, major part of the population are willing to go to the tertiary sector. Some people are remaining in the primary sector. Some are merging towards the secondary sector. That is a different issue. But apart from all these movements, now apart from this problem, people are trying to settle them according to their skill and capability in different sectors. But still, as our country is a densely populated country, so therefore there is a problem of unemployment is always remaining in our country. So this is the very serious concern for the people, for the individuals also, and also for the government. So here we will discuss that how government can create more and more employment. So how employment generation programs can be made. Number 1, so this is for the primary sector. Number 1 point is for the primary sector, diversification of agriculture. Now people, they should think in a diverted way, in a modernized way. People, those who are engaged in the primary sector, they should not rely on the traditional methods of agriculture, especially in the rural areas. They should change their work habits. So earlier another thing is that the people, in the matter of getting capital, even a small farmer, nowadays government has launched various schemes with the bank. So obviously the farmer must go to the bank in order to get certain loans and carry out the agriculture in a different way, in a dynamic way. Then only people can achieve more benefits from that sector. So it is always heard that primary sector has very less opportunities. It is because we are not able to find any opportunity over there. because we are not dynamic. People should be dynamic in that. apart from agriculture, people should engage themselves in some other primary sector. So not only agriculture, people should take more focus on this some sort of horticulture. People should do the fishing and all. So fishing management, this all program should be carried out, where these things can also provide employment to the people. Even by remaining in this primary sector, people can get different type of sources of income. Second is the provision of basic facilities. Provision of basic facilities. So government must ensure that even the basic facilities should be given to the people. Basic facilities, that means what? Basic facilities means, for example, the infrastructure facilities. So there are different type of basic facilities. Transport, communication, all these are the basic facilities. Financial facilities, all these are the basic facilities must be provided to the people, so that the people can get some social security, some social relaxations. Okay. Third is the provision of local industries and services. Now government must ensure that local industries and services must be promoted. Now government must ensure that the people should not run behind brands. People should not run behind a particular brand or something. People must ensure that they can create some employment opportunities. How? By providing a strong pillars, a strong foundation to the local industries. In many cases, we are always relying on the top rated industries, on the top rated products, even on some imported products. But there can be various things that can be made locally, even better than that. So government must ensure to provide training and all, and provide some convenient opportunities, so that more and more people should be interested to come and give services, as well as open some small scale and local industries where more and more people can get employment. So this way some problems of unemployment can be solved. Next point is education and health. This is another next point. Government must ensure to promote education, especially in the rural areas, where education itself becomes a challenge because of the environment, because of the surrounding, because of the society. In rural areas, educating a girl child is the biggest challenge, and the government must ensure to take steps to overcome those challenges. More and more schools should be opened, colleges should be opened at least at the center of the town, so that the city as well as the village student both can get equal access to those higher educating institutes. So all these things should be ensured in the field of education and health. In the health matter also, government must ensure, government must try to open more and more health centers. More and more government health centers should be promoted. Why? That many poor people are there who cannot afford to take the costly private medical facilities. That is why government must take some necessary actions or steps to open more and more government hospitals or physical health centers in different areas, especially in the rural areas and also in the small towns. Next is the promotion of tourism. Yes, this is one of the most important sector where employment can be generated. Now each and every place has its own history, has its own its importance that makes a place different from others. Now let's take an example of Maithon Dam. It is our nearest tourist place. Maithon Dam, Panchit Dam, all these are the nearest tourist place. Now if government will not carry out expense or do some needful to decorate the place, to maintain a good infrastructure, or spend money on decorating the place, the tourists will not come. And if the tourists will not come, the people who are dependent on that particular place will lose a huge amount of income. So government must ensure to promote tourism of the particular, because it can bring more and more revenue to that particular place. The government can earn revenue also, and in that place, because the tourism will be promoted, a large number of people can become employed. So this is the thing, that more and more people can open shops, more and more people can carry out different ways of earning money over there. So this way, a huge problem of unemployment can be solved to a large extent. So that is why the promotion of tourism in today's date is very, very important. So what has to be promoted? Expenses should be done in beautification of that place. Social security should be maintained in that particular place. Advertisement of that particular place should be made, and the employment opportunities should be created in that particular place. Transport facilities should be done in that particular place, so that it is easily accessible by the tourists, so that they can come and go in a very convenient way. Apart from all these provisions, apart from all these steps, government, this is the very common thing that government is trying to promote to each and every individual who is in a search of job. That is the Manrega. So this is the Mahatma Gandhi Natural Rural Employment Generation Program. So it was launched in 2005. It provides 100 days of work guarantee. So that is a very positive initiative that is taken by our central government, where this Manrega, in that Manrega, what happens, that the local youths, the local unemployed youths are engaged in government jobs. Government jobs mean government projects. For example, construction of roads, construction of PCC road. PCC road means the rural roads, construction of drains, construction of canals. So in this small construction, small or mid-level construction, the local workers should be hired, that should be kept in the mind. And it also provides 100 days of work guarantee. That means every year 100 days of work guarantee is provided, that even the government projects will not come, these people, those whose name will be enrolled in this Manrega, they will get 100 days wages directly in their bank account. So there will be no mediator who can cheat them or bluff them. So the amount that their wages directly goes to their bank account. So this is one of the most positive steps that has been taken by the government. And in this present scenario also, in this situation, as we all know, that the migrant workers are coming back from different parts of our country. So that is why in many state governments are promoting this Manrega to stop the migrants from moving to other places. So these are some of the employment generation programs that are promoted by our government. So in this part, in the 7th part, we had discussed about unemployment and how to eradicate the problem of unemployment, how government can take positive steps to remove unemployment from our country. So all these things we have discussed in today's video. I will come with the 8th part of the video very soon. Till then, stay home, stay safe, goodbye.